Hello, my name is Greg from Hearing Products International.
And hello, my name is Craig, and today with Greg we're just going to look at our range of personal listeners.
Yes, so basically, as Craig said, we are going to show you a few differences about our personal listeners, and we will talk about them maybe one by one to show you what is the main differences and main features and functions of all of them. Okay, Craig, so I will ask you a few questions today. Hopefully you can answer.
Hopefully.
Honestly, to our customers. So, what would you recommend, first of all, for our customers from our range of personal listeners, and what are the main difference between them?
Well, to give you, first of all, the personal listeners, so what they are designed to do is to amplify conversation. So if someone struggles to hear somebody when they're talking to them, our personal listeners will amplify that sound for them. So we've got 3 different personal listeners in our range, and the main purpose of it, as in amplifying conversation, is the same. What they do have is different features, so depending on what the user needs and wants to use it for, there will be different features on them.
Okay.
So I'll show you, starting off with what I would say is our most simple to use personal listener.
Okay. What's the name for this one?
So this is the Echo Minitek T.
Okay.
Personal listener. So I'll just so you can see that.
I can see the nice yellow buttons on top.
Yeah.
Why are they yellow then?
So, good question. So the yellow buttons, they're designed if somebody is, for example, visually impaired and may struggle to see if buttons are the same colour, what the different colouring buttons will make them stand out, so it's much easier to see. They are also larger buttons, so for anyone with dexterity issues, it's easier to press these than if the buttons were smaller.
Okay, maybe show to our customers.
So just to show again the front, these are the volume control buttons, plus and minus, larger buttons in a bright colour, so easier to see.
Okay. But straight away I noticed that this personal amplifier is much bigger than for example, Minitek Pro, which is the middle one.
Yeah, exactly. So it is bigger, they do differ in size. So for example, I'll show you the Minitek Pro. So this is smaller than the Minitek T. You can see also as well that the buttons are smaller. So depending on what people want, the Minitek T, if people do want the larger volume control buttons and it's easy for them to press it, then they can do. The Minitek Pro is a newer version and it's a bit sleeker and smaller. But again, with the smaller volume control buttons, may not be for everybody. The other features that are different, which I can show you on this, is when I turn it on.
Okay.
So you can see the light.
That looks nice.
If I can just show there, it's got an LED light. Now when I'm turning the volume up, that will change colour so you can see easier what the volume control is at, what level it's at, which it doesn't have on the Minitek T.
Okay, so what is I can see there's extra input which we don't have in here. Yeah. On the middle, what is that one then?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the top of the Minitek T, there is 2 ports to plug into. One of them is for the microphone, which picks up conversation.
Yeah.
The other one is you can use these, and all the personal listeners I'll show you today, you can use it with headset or neckloop.
Okay.
Whichever.
Who will use the neckloop? Should I use the neckloop?
No, it's a really good question. It's a really good question. So the neckloop is for use with people who have hearing aids that have telecoil built in.
Oh, okay.
So that's an important point. Now, if somebody doesn't know,
can I just ask? So telecoil, is that the one which will pick up the sound through the electromagnetic field from your neckloop? That's the one.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Now, some people, if they've got a hearing aid, because it will not work, even if they've got a hearing aid, unless it's got that telecoil setting built into it.
Okay.
So if somebody isn't sure, they can check on the switch to see the switch on the hearing aid, if it's got the T setting or telecoil setting it's known as, or speak to their audiologist.
Okay.
to clarify on that. Now you asked me about the ports, because there's 2 on the
Yes.
Minitek T, there's 3 on the Minitek Pro.
That's
So, 1 for your microphone.
okay.
Let's say I've got hearing aids with telecoil. I can plug my neck loop into it. And that goes into the top.
Okay.
Now, the other thing you can use the personal listener for if you want to, is you can connect it to a television.
Okay.
Now, and you do that by an audio cable going from the top to the back of the television.
Yes. Okay.
Now, on
For
this
example,
one,
the headphones output on your TV.
correct. Yeah, absolutely. So you can on this now with the Minitek T, if you want to plug the cable into it, you have to take out the microphone,
Okay.
and then you plug the audio cable from the
then I
microphone socket to the
Okay.
back of your television.
Yes.
Now, on the Minitek Pro, there is 3, like you quite rightly said. So what you can do is, you've got your neck loop plugged into the top of it, or headset, one or the other. So you've got that plugged in. Now the actual cable, instead of being plugged in where the microphone is, you can leave the microphone in.
Oh, okay.
And you can plug it into the
So
middle
you don't
socket.
have to switch it. You don't have to replace.
Exactly.
Or switch from the microphone
Yeah.
to.
So you don't have to
cable.
unplug the microphone, plug the cable in. Now, and then if you were using it to watch television then on the Minitek T, and you wanted to pick up conversation.
So when I will connect the TV to the middle socket, it means I will get a sound from the TV and from the microphone at the same time.
No.
Okay.
So what you will be able to do is switch between the 2.
Okay, by pressing.
So
okay,
at the top, there is a silver button at the top that will allow you to switch between microphone and television.
Okay.
And it will be a little LED light to indicate which one it's
That's
on.
brilliant.
So
Okay.
when your audio cable is plugged in, you will see
Which one
with
is
an
active?
LED light which is active.
Okay.
So you can cut out the microphone and have TV sound and move to the other.
Okay.
The Minitek Pro advantage that it's got over the Minitek T is that if I'm watching television and someone come in to talk to me, it's just easy to move to the microphone to pick up conversation.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously with the Minitek T it's a bit more manual because you have to take out
Yeah.
the TV cable,
Yeah.
plug in your microphone and then back. So it's just easier to do and move between
Okay.
the 2.
Okay. Brilliant. Also see the silver one, which
Yes.
looks very similar to Minitek Pro.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us quickly what is the difference between Minitek Pro and Minitek Pro? I believe it's BT.
Yes.
Because they look, like I said, very similar.
yeah.
Is any difference between them, or is just the color?
There is. So first of all, yes, the colour's different. So, but apart from that, they both look. If I can just put them side by side, they both look similar. It's just the colour that's different. You're right. This one is Minitek Pro BT Bluetooth.
Oh, okay.
So that is something that the Minitek Pro hasn't got.
Okay.
Just to clarify on Bluetooth, it's not for connection with Bluetooth hearing aids.
Okay, so I can't connect to hearing aids then?
Not to Bluetooth hearing aids. We
Okay.
use the neck loop like you do on the other, so it would still
Okay.
be neck loop and telecoil setting. But I just wanted to clarify, you can't pair direct with Bluetooth hearing aids. What this is designed to do is it can pair with Bluetooth devices. So tablets,
Okay.
laptops, your mobile phone.
Okay.
So as long
Can I
as
pair it with TV?
or TV.
Oh, that's good.
So if if your television has Bluetooth, then you can pair this direct. So if you remember, I was saying before about Minitek T
Okay.
running a cable to the television.
Yes, which obviously is a little bit trip hazard.
Exactly, you've got to be careful if you're from where you're sat, if the cable's running to the TV, tripping hazard. Minitek Pro, we talked about it's easy to switch between television, but you've still got a cable running
Yeah.
to the television from where you sat, tripping hazard. So you have got to be more careful. Bluetooth television, you can use that Bluetooth technology to pair this wirelessly.
Oh, okay. So you will be
So-
able to hear the sound from the TV
Yes,
through this Minitek Pro BT
correct.
neck loop or headset, and then
Yes,
you can hear it through hearing
Yes.
aids or just directly through the underchin headset.
absolutely.
Okay.
Now, underchin headset you mentioned, because I've shown the neck loop. For our personal listeners, you can have headsets as well. So this depends on whether you are, for people who don't wear hearing aids but may still struggle for conversation,
Okay.
or if you do have hearing aids but it doesn't have that telecoil setting, you can use the underchin headset,
Okay.
which just goes into the ears like that.
Which obviously you have to pay extra for this hearing, for the underchin headset.
It comes included in the set.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So
it
neck
does-
loop and headset is included.
So on our Minitek T and Minitek Pro, you get both.
Okay.
With our Minitek Pro Bluetooth, you can choose which one you want.
Okay.
So, and I would say if you've got the hearing aid with telecoil setting, you can choose the neck loop. If you haven't, you can use the headset. So you can make that choice and decide before you purchase it. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say is that the headset, it is standard headphone jack.
Okay.
So-
Like a standard 3.5mm jack.
Correct.
Okay.
So if you had your own headphones that you wanted to wear, or if you prefer it over the head rather than under chin, you can do.
Oh, that's brilliant. So even I've got some headset at home, I can use them
It will
with
plug
any
in.
of
Yeah,
these personal
yeah.
listeners.
So it's not a unique fitting that you can't connect to the headphones.
Okay.
So you can use either the headphones we supply with it, or your own headphones if you're more comfortable with it.
Okay, that's brilliant. So the
That's the
customized-
same for all the personal listeners.
Okay, that's. I think that's a great feature. So you don't have to use our headset. You can use whichever is more comfortable for
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
because some people prefer under chin, some people have their own head, they prefer it over their head. It's personal choice, but you've got that flexibility.
Okay, I think you answered all my questions. I think I've got one more. How these personal listeners are powered? Do we need batteries or
Yeah.
they've got rechargeable batteries?
Great question. So it's different. Minitek T, 2 AA batteries.
Okay.
Alkaline batteries in the back. Dead easy, back cover comes off. You can just pull it off and change the batteries when
Okay.
need be. Battery operated. For our Minitek Pro, it's the same. So it does come with a clip on the back. You can pull the battery cover off dead easy.
Okay.
2 AA alkaline batteries. On the Minitek Pro Bluetooth, another difference between the others is this is rechargeable battery.
So like a mobile phone, for example.
Exactly. So it comes with a charger supplied with it, 3-pin plug, USB cable, plugged in, you can charge it.
Overnight and the next day. you can use it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So again, depending on personal preference, some people prefer batteries that they can replace, as in the Minitek T, Minitek Pro. Some prefer to charge it like they do mobile phone.
Okay, to summarize, I would say, so the Minitek T is like a basic personal listener
Yep.
with big buttons but with less functions. So basically you've got microphone function and the headset on neckloop.
Yep.
Minitek Pro, you've got additional line input to switch between the microphone and the line input.
Yep.
Also you've got bright LEDs to show you where is the volume.
Yep.
And the Minitek Pro BT. On top of the Minitek Pro we've got extra Bluetooth
Yep.
connectivity, so you can connect to your mobile phone, laptop,
Yep.
tablet or even TV. Is
Yes.
it correct?
You're bang on. Absolutely correct.
Brilliant.
The thing is, to summarise and just echo what you say, these personal listeners all do the same thing. Each of them have different features which are depending on what users want. So some will prefer the simplicity or the large buttons or the easy to see buttons of the
Okay.
Minitek T. Plus and minus volume control, on and off slide switch at the side,
Yeah.
and then tone control, that's it. For some people, bigger buttons may not be needed, or they like a bit of a smaller handheld device, they like the LED lights, or the flexibility of the extra line input so you can move easily between
Okay.
television and conversation. Bluetooth, again, main purpose the same conversation, but if someone is struggling hearing on the mobile phone or when they're on their tablet, then they can use that to amplify the sound from that as well.
Okay. That's very unique.
So,
I think there's not a lot of products with Bluetooth personal listeners on the market which have a Bluetooth function, which,
Yeah,
like you said, it makes this product very unique.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, brilliant, Craig. Thank you very much for your
My pleasure. Thank you.
answer to my question and a lot of information for me and for our customers, of course.
Yep.
And I hope we can have another video maybe about TV listeners or maybe loop induction loop system. So if you've got any questions, just put some comments or maybe ideas about what would you like to hear from us. Just give us comments below this video, or of course give us a like, and if you could subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you
watching.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.